Understanding neurological and skin diseases caused by the environment. Unit 3, Lesson number 3. Objectives. Review the different parts and functions of the integumentary and the nervous system. Enumerate common skin and neurological disorders that may be caused by a polluted environment. Describe each disorder and its symptoms and possible causes. Your integumentary and nervous systems are two systems of your body that are in direct contact with the environment. It is through your skin and nerves that you sense and experience different stimuli from your surroundings. As such, poor conditions in the environment may affect the integumentary and nervous systems and, in turn, affect the rest of your body too. Your skin and nerves also get sick. In this lesson, you will learn how the condition of your surroundings can badly affect these systems and cause certain diseases. The integumentary system. The following are the different parts of the skin and their functions. The epidermis is the external portion of the skin that makes contact with the things around you. It is also a barrier against germs from the outside. It is a waterproof and it heals easily to replace cells when you are wounded. It is also where melanocytes, which secretes melanin, are located. By the way, melanin gives the color of your skin. The dermis is the part of the skin beneath the epidermis. This part contains the hair follicles, sweat glands, blood vessels, and nerve endings. The hypodermis is the layer beneath the dermis. It is where most fats in the skin are stored. While there are a lot of skin ailments that are genetic or caused by internal factors, there are also a lot that are caused by poor environmental conditions, like unsanitary and polluted surroundings. An environment that presents danger to your skin has carcinogens or substances that can cause cancer. Toxins from substances like pesticides and excessive radiation. There are some symptoms, or here are some symptoms for some of these diseases that can be caused by pollution. Dry, rough skin, skin ulcers and lesions, sores and bumps on the surface of the skin, discoloration of some areas of the skin and unique skin patches, change of mole sizes. Common skin diseases due to a polluted environment. Skin diseases due to poor environmental conditions happen when there are harsh elements that come in contact with the skin. These elements may cause rashes, discoloration, or allergic reactions. Dust and other pollutants in the air may cause the skin to be rough and dry. Excessive exposure to the sun can lead to sunburn and even skin cancer in extreme cases. The following are some of the skin diseases caused by a polluted environment. Allergies. This is a reaction caused by exposure to allergens that trigger the immune system. These allergens include dust, house mites, and pollen. Allergies can manifest as a simple rash or as blisters in worst cases. Dermatitis. This is a condition wherein the skin develops rashes, red patches, or blisters due to irritation brought about by contact with chemical irritants. Dermatitis has different manifestations depending on the degree of reaction. Allergic reactions can also cause dermatitis. Eczema, which is the development of itchy, red, dry, irritated skin that leads to fluid or pus filled bumps on the skin, is one kind of dermatitis. Scleroderma. This is the hardening or tightening of some patches of the skin. It can affect the skin of any part of the body. While it is mostly a genetic disorder, exposure to certain chemicals like solvents, silica, and other industrial fumes can contribute to the development of this disease. Scleroderma can be life-threatening since it also affects the heart, lungs, and kidney and can also spread to the other organs. Taking care of the skin. Wash your hands properly and regularly. Avoid contact with open wounds of other people. Moisturize your skin regularly. Use sunscreen or sunblock when anticipating prolonged exposure to the sun. Use alcohol or an alcohol-based hand sanitizer when visiting the hospital. The nervous system. The nervous system is responsible for thinking processes, senses, and control of the body through the brain, nerves, and spinal cord. Here are the major regions of the nervous system and their roles. The nervous system is made of the basic units called neurons. These neurons communicate with each other through signals. The central nervous system (CNS) consists of the brain and spinal cord. The brain acts as the center for mental abilities such as cognition. The spinal cord acts as passage where information goes through and from the brain. The peripheral nervous system (PNS) are nerve fibers that originate from the brain and spinal cord and extend to the different parts of the body. The environment plays a big role in the formation of the nervous system. Some substances around you that could have bad effects on the nervous system include cigarette smoke, pesticides, cyanide, arsenic, lead, and mercury. Damage to the nervous system can bring out several diseases with symptoms like the following: paralysis, weakening of the muscles, loss of sensation, uncontrolled twitches or seizures, pain, poor mental processes, and lessened alertness. Common neurological diseases caused by poor environment conditions. Toxic encephalopathy. This is described as damage to the brain that results from being exposed to toxic chemicals. These chemicals may be organic solvents from industrial chemicals or even toxins ingested when fish are exposed to extreme concentrations of poisonous substances in the water. Lead poisoning. This is a heavy metal poisoning caused by ingesting food or water with high amounts of lead. Initial exposure to excessive lead leads to difficulty in concentrations, headaches, muscle pain, and mood swings, while prolonged exposure may result to memory loss, fatigue, and seizures. Mercury poisoning. This is another kind of heavy metal poisoning caused by exposure to excessive amounts of mercury. Prolonged exposure to mercury can lead to extreme numbness, fatigue, and severe headaches. Babies suffering from mercury poisoning might suffer from hearing and visual loss and developmental delay accompanied by decreased motor and language function. Cyanide poisoning. This is a kind of poisoning that causes the body to have difficulty processing oxygen and thus leads to fatal consequences. Cyanide exposure can lead to seizures, coma, heart attack, and even death. Pesticide poisoning. Harmful chemicals from pesticides can enter the body via the skin, the respiratory system, or the mouth. There are different effects of pesticide poisoning depending on the severity, but it generally affects the nervous system. Severe cases can also lead to death. Addiction. This is a long-term disease that causes a person to lose the ability to resist seeking after a substance despite its negative effects. When the brain is repeatedly exposed to certain substances, such as nicotine from cigarettes, it sometimes allows the body to get used to the substance and crave for it repeatedly. When exposure to the said substance is stopped, it can cause fatigue, headache, anxiety, mood swings, and depression. However, overcoming addiction of a substance is entirely possible with proper intervention and behavior. Taking care of your nervous system. Here are some things that you can do to avoid diseases and disorders that may be caused by exposure to pollutants in the environment. Exercise regularly to improve your resistance. Eat less processed and canned foods, but more fruits and vegetables. Use a face mask or cover your nose in places where exposure to industrial or toxic fumes cannot be avoided. Limit intake of food and drinks that contains addictive ingredients like caffeine. Avoid smoking or exposure to secondhand smoke.